Well, coming up on today's show, we are taking you to St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands, to Polaris Point, the jewel of the Caribbean. This sits atop Catherine's Hope, almost 20 acres of the most luxurious views in the Caribbean. This luxurious home was originally once owned by Adnan Khashoggi. Imagine spending your vacation in these breathtaking accommodations. Then we'll show you some of the exciting things to do and the wonderful food to be found on the island. I'm Mike Kilburn, and I'm taking you to the Caribbean. Our adventure begins with a flight from John Glenn here in Columbus to the beautiful deep blue waters of the Caribbean at St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. A short drive from the airport, we spotted Polaris Point, the jewel of the Caribbean. Bob Dietrich, our host and owner, told us about this beautiful villa and its ties to the Columbus area. Well, Bob, good for out and about Columbus to be here in St. Croix, 2,000 miles from Columbus.
Mike, welcome to St. Croix. Welcome to the Caribbean. It's a pleasure to have you guys here.
Yeah. You know, first thing when I saw this property, I said, I understand now why they call it the jewel of the Caribbean.
We think it is just an absolutely amazing property we have. As you can see here, this is the view today on a beautiful Saturday. We have one of the most beautiful views in the Caribbean. The pictures are great online, but they don't do the property justice until you actually get here.
Yeah, I agree. I saw those pictures, but like I said, there's nothing like being here. You know, Bob, what's really cool about this place is there's some great ties to Columbus, right?
Yeah, there really are. I mean, first of all, Mark Lewis, my business partner, and I both are from Columbus, and we're big Ohio State fans and Buckeye fans, of course, as well. Actually, Christopher Columbus, on his first visit to the New World, came to St. Croix and landed in Salt River about 20 miles from here. And actually, Adnan Khashoggi, the guy who built this house in 1990, had ties to Ohio State. He actually attended Ohio State as well as Stanford University and American University, so he had ties to Columbus, too.
As I understand, when he built this was to be able to see if anyone was coming after him.
Yeah, he actually was involved in the Iran-Contra affair, which where we were buying arms to get our hostages out in 1980. He was involved in that whole scandal with Ollie North and Reagan. And he built this house in 1990 as a safe house, kind of like Tony Soprano would have a safe house to protect himself from the government coming up the hill. Yeah. So he built this house on top of the hill, on top of Catherine's Hope, and eventually he did get caught, but it wasn't until about 1997.
Yeah, maybe that's why there's such great views from up here, right?
I think so. I think he built the cupola where we're going to go next to actually to watch who was coming up the hill. But he has a real interesting tie back to Columbus. He was a real interesting guy. He actually not only was the wealthiest man in the world at one point, worth about $4 billion, but he spent money very lavishly.
You know, let's head up to the cupola and take a look at that view up there.
Sounds great, Mike. Thanks.
Let's go. So, Bob, we're up here in the cupola.
Yes, sir.
Tell our viewers what a cupola is exactly.
Well, a cupola is a structure built on top of a house to portray the views. And this house has amazing views. In fact, we're the only home in the east end of the island that has a 360-degree view around the entire island. In fact, today right behind you, you can see Buck Island. But on a clear day like today, you can actually see St. Thomas and St. John. And see all the way into the BVI, about 85 miles away. In fact, today we can see the settlement, which is about 85 miles away. Yeah. On a really, really clear day, you can see the curvature of the earth, which is pretty amazing, which happens from time to time, too.
You know, I know looking out there myself, I could see cruise ships on the ocean. Very cool.
Yeah, we get cruise ships you'll see a lot. You'll see a lot of frigates coming into the harbor on the south end of the island also at night. They'll park out there at night and come into a dock during the day. But you'll see they look like little islands in the middle of the ocean, but they're just ships waiting to come into dock.
Well, I know there's so much good things to do here, fun things to do. Let's start talking about the amenities here.
Okay. Well, first of all, this house sits on top of Catherine's Hope, which we're 700 feet above sea level, and we have 20 acres up here. So we don't have to worry about noise ordinances or HOA. If you want to hang out and party till 5:30 in the morning, you can do that without any worries. We have 12,500 square feet of living space altogether between the two houses of outdoor and indoor living space. We have 7 bedrooms, so we can house 14 adults or 20 adults and kids. So you can have 3 or 4 families come at a time to enjoy the house.
And that really helps offset some of the costs, right?
It really does. Our costs are actually far less than the Ritz-Carlton across the way in St. Thomas, actually less than most of the hotels here on the island as well.
Well, tell us a little about the concierge services here.
Sure. We have a really unique service, Mike, where clients can, before they come, if they want to set up a masseur to come to the house, if they want our private chef, we actually have the best personal chef on the entire island named Ken Robinson. If they want him to come to cook for them different meals during the day, we actually have a rental car fleet. If they want to rent our cars, they can do that so they don't have to wait in line at the airport at Budget or Hertz for half an hour to get a car. We also have a masseur and masseuse service, so if you want to rent a masseur to come to the house and give you or your family a massage during the day, that we could have a massage day at the house.
It's so great to come up here and and see all these things. And while I've been there, I've actually saw and participated in some of these things. Let's talk a little bit about the fun activities, because there is a ton of things to do here at the house.
There really is. We have a beautiful pool that's about 900 square feet altogether, so it's a gorgeous pool out back. We have a hot tub, a Grandie Hot Springs hot tub that is fits 7 people. It's one of the biggest hot tubs you can buy. We have a ping pong table outside. We have a pool table inside, and we have just all kinds of games and stuff you can play. Also, we have, I think, the best kitchen on the island. If you want to come and cook or have our personal chef come and cook for you, we have one of the best kitchens in the entire Caribbean, I believe. Well, the view during the eating, if you want to sit and hang out at the fire pit, you can do that. You can sit in the hot tub, which is just next to that, and you've got a beautiful view of the stars looking up. The stars are spectacular here because we have no lights and no malls close by. So if you wanted to stargaze or enjoy the fire with your friends, or just sit around the pool and hang out, or hang up here in the cupola at night, our breeze here on top of the hill is really fantastic.
Well, Bob, we're in the pool area, and it's another great view from this at the Caribbean.
Yeah, the views from this area are actually spectacular. Looking to the south here, and Aruba is about 500 miles to our south. But on a nice day, you can actually hear the ocean all day long, which is about 1.5 miles just down below us.
You could really book some fun things for people that visit to do. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, our goal, Mike, is to create the best vacation experience for the client. So if the client wants to come down here and plan everything through us in advance, we can do that. So if they want to go to Buck Island National Park, we can do that. We'll set that up for them. If they want to go parasailing or jet skiing, if they want to go deep sea fishing, if they want to go hiking or eco touring, all those things we could set up here at the point for the client before they even arrive.
Yeah, well, that's great. And there is a lot of activities here on the island to enjoy.
Really are. It's an amazing island that has just so much to spare.
Yeah. Well, let's talk a little bit about who and what events can you host here.
We're actually perfect for family reunions and family gatherings of 14 to 20 people. We can house 4 families of up to 20 people all together with doing kids and adults. We're actually perfect for corporate retreats. So if you want to have a corporate retreat here, you can have 20 people stay at the house, but you could have actually 30, 40, 50 people from your company come down. And we're also perfect for destination weddings too, Mike. So if you want to have a destination wedding of 25 to 140 people, we can actually house that many as well. You can actually have the wedding on the front balcony and have the reception out here on the back.
Can you help with any of that wedding planning?
We do. We actually have a wedding planning service that we're setting up. So if you want to set up the wedding, we can actually do everything for you from soup to nuts on that as well.
During our stay, Bob had a party in honor of Out and About Columbus being on the island. We learned about the island culture from some of the guests who told us what they think of Polaris Point. Bob arranged to have lots of local entertainment at the party, and nothing will get you in the island spirit quicker than the sounds of the steel drum. But that was only the beginning. I had never witnessed fire dancing, and it's a spectacular thing to watch. This was performed at night so that you could see the nuances of the performance. Fire dancing is often compared to juggling, baton twirling, and gymnastics, all rolled into one performance. Last but not least were the Moko Jumbies. A Moko Jumbi is a stilt walker or dancer. Moko means healer in Central Africa, and Jumbi comes from a West Indian term for a ghost or spirit that may have been derived from the Congo language word Zumbi. The Moko Jumbies are thought to originate from West African tradition brought to the Caribbean. It was clear the guests enjoyed interacting and dancing with the Moko Jumbies. Bob brought in the best chef on the island to prepare the food for the party. Watching the chef work was like watching the conductor of a symphony. We talked to the chef and a few of the guests to get their reactions to Polaris Point. I think the guests certainly enjoyed this amazing evening. Well, Ken, give us your overview of Polaris Point.
Well, it's a beautiful property. I mean, it's one of a kind. You can travel the world, you're not going to see a property as nice as this one, or on par with this. And the biggest thing is the food. Food is exceptional, and I'm not saying that because I'm making it, but the food, the ambiance, the setting, it's a beautiful property. Right now, I'm doing a variety of things, but I have a Wagyu beef burger. I'm doing some caramelized onions. As you can see, I got some sun-dried tomatoes infused with some peppers, and I got some poached garlic I'm going to put on top of there. And if you come over here, and I'm topping that, I got some roasted heirloom tomatoes on little buns. It's going to be fantastic. Fantastic.
It smells fantastic.
As they always say, I wish they had smell cam, but we don't. But
One day.
one day.
So tell us what you do on the island and what brought you here tonight.
Well, what I do on the island is I actually run the Buccaneer, one of the oldest establishments on the island. We are just celebrating our 75-year anniversary. And what brought me up here to Polaris Point is, Bob invited me very nicely. I've been there a couple of times. his concept about Polaris Point is something we kind of do the same way at the Buccaneer. We wanted to really give our clientele the best of the best. I think Polaris Point is going right in that direction. I think it's really starting to be the number one spot on the island where you can really have a wonderful place for bringing your family, use it as a family retreat, for example, or even for wedding, for different events, for parties like we have tonight, where it's a very nice get-together with different people off the island. Come up here, enjoy the wonderful setting of Polaris Point, enjoy the view, the sunset, some great food, some good entertainment, which we just saw earlier with the fire dancers and the moko jumbies, and also, just get together with some friends to have a glass of wine and really celebrate, island life, which we're all enjoy, and we're all happy to be here.
Well, Bob, I've got to tell you, I can understand why you call this the jewel of the Caribbean.
Well, we really are striving to be one of the top villas in the Caribbean within the next 5 years. I think by the end of this year, we want to be the top villa here in St. Croix, but our goal really is to be one of the top 5 in the Caribbean in 5 years.
Yeah. Well, there's no question that's going to happen. Well, coming up, we're going to visit another prestigious resort that actually Bob partners with here on the island, and we're going to do some snorkel diving off of Buck Island. Stay with us. The Polaris Point of St. Croix sits atop a hill with 19.5 acres of the most beautiful views in the Caribbean. Their villa boasts no neighbors and serene privacy, making it perfect for family, vacations, parties, corporate retreats, and destination weddings. Their villa at the Point and cottage have over 12,350 square feet of enjoyable living space, including 7 bedrooms and 8 baths. This space can accommodate 14 adults or a maximum combination of 20 adults and children. If your group is larger than 14 or 20, they can accommodate your additional guests at the Buccaneer Hotel, with whom they have a unique companionship. Their unique companionship with the Buccaneer Hotel also allows all guests of the Point use of the Buccaneer facilities. This includes access to their beaches, golf course, tennis courts, spa, and workout equipment. When you arrive at the Polaris Point, the concierge will greet you with a frozen cruisin' pina colada, as well as an antipasto platter or charcuterie board of some sort as well. Polaris Point is the only villa on the island that will provide you with $300 of complimentary groceries upon your arrival to get your vacation started. You can, for a small fee, book anything you would like through their concierge service. Panache, their goal is to provide everything you may need to have an exceptional and memorable experience for you and your family, and they will stop at nothing to do so at the Polaris Point. Book your reservation today at 614-571-5270 or online at thepolarispoint.com and experience St. Croix at its best. Well, Bob, I understand the Buccaneer, which is the best hotel on the island, you and them share some partnership between Polaris Point and them, correct?
Yeah, we do, Mike. The Buccaneer Hotel is the best hotel on the entire island, and we have a partnership or a relationship with them whereby our clients can access our beautiful property, but if they want to go to the beach and use their beautiful beach, their chairs, their umbrellas, their golf course, which is right on the water, or their tennis courts or their fitness center, they can access that at a reasonable fee. Yeah. And so we have that partnership with them, which is kind of unique, so the client has the best of both worlds.
We set sail aboard the Torero 2 for Buck Island National Monument. It is a favorite among tourists and locals alike. You can walk Buck Island's pristine white sand beach or take some time and hike to the top of the island for incredible views, and then enjoy the world-renowned underwater snorkel trail. With Captain Terry Seaman in command, he told us what the trip has in store for visitors.
So we come out in the morning. It's about a 45-minute sail. So we sail up through the reef, up in the flat water, and then make the crossover to Buck Island. It's about 45 minutes. And then we go up to the eastern side first, anchor inside of the barrier reef, and it's all completely protected, so lots of friendly fish. They're basically domesticated. And we get you in the water, snorkel around them, get to go outside the reef to the drop-off sometimes. That's where we see the spotted eagle rays and tarpon. Sometimes some little reef sharks come say hello. And then cruise on down over the beach, spend the rest of the day relaxing at the beach. There's an awesome hike, about a 45-minute hike, goes to a lookout over the whole backside of the island. You can see the reef, and then sail on home.
Captain Terry told us the tour even includes all the snorkeling equipment. Buck Island Reef National Monument offers some of the best snorkeling on St. Croix, as well as a postcard-worthy white sand beach surrounded by magnificently clear blue waters. This natural landscape allows visitors to see unspoiled Caribbean beauty while enjoying some of St. Croix's marine life in its natural habitat. As we came up on the reef, I knew this was going to be an unforgettable adventure. The crew of the Torero 2 gave us detailed instructions about snorkeling and how the safety equipment worked. I prepared to jump in so I could explore firsthand the wonderful underwater adventure that awaited me. Once in the water, getting to see the reef and everything it had to offer was amazing. The crew offered us rings so we could rest if necessary. During the trip, we even spotted a pod of dolphins, which we are told is somewhat commonplace. After snorkeling, it was time to anchor off the west end of the island, where we enjoyed the beach and a couple of mimosas. Coming up, we head to downtown Christiansted to check out the sights. And if you enjoy fine dining, then we have a place you must enjoy on your trip to St. Croix. The Polaris Point of St. Croix sits atop a hill with 19.5 acres of the most beautiful views in the Caribbean. Their villa boasts no neighbors and serene privacy, making it perfect for family, vacations, parties, corporate retreats, and destination weddings. Their villa at the point and cottage have over 12,350 square feet of enjoyable living space, including 7 bedrooms and 8 baths. This space can accommodate 14 adults or a maximum combination of 20 adults and children. If your group is larger than 14 or 20, they can accommodate your additional guests at the Buccaneer Hotel, with whom they have a unique companionship. Their unique companionship with the Buccaneer Hotel also allows all guests of the Point use of the Buccaneer facilities. This includes access to their beaches, golf course, tennis courts, spa, and workout equipment. When you arrive at the Polaris Point, the concierge will greet you with a frozen cruisin' pina colada, as well as an antipasto platter or charcuterie board of some sort as well. Polaris Point is the only villa on the island that will provide you with $300 of complimentary groceries upon your arrival to get your vacation started. You can, for a small fee, book anything you would like through their concierge service. Panache, their goal is to provide everything you may need to have an exceptional and memorable experience for you and your family, and they will stop at nothing to do so at the Polaris Point. Book your reservation today at 614-571-5270 or online at thepolarispoint.com and experience St. Croix at its best. Christiansted is the largest town on St. Croix, one of the main islands composing the United States Virgin Islands. On the waterfront, the Christiansted National Historic Site features several buildings from the Danish colonial era. These include the Customs House and Fort Christian Vern. You know, on your trip to St. Croix, you have to stop by Fort Christian Vern. This was built in 1749 by enslaved Africans and served to protect Christiansted as well as serve as a port for vessels coming in from sea. The fort is built in a star shape around a small courtyard and includes corner bastions and small dark dungeons. Although Danish soldiers were stationed here until 1878, the fort's cannons and guns have never been fired in an armed conflict. After 1878, the fort served as an island courthouse and prison, and also for religious services. The Customs House is prominently located due to its critical role in colonial operations between the Wharf, Scale House, and Danish West India and Guinea Company Warehouse. Until 1927, the Customs Service for St. Croix was located in this building. From 1926 to 1972, the building served as the first public library in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The structure has recently undergone complete restoration post-Hurricane Omar in 2012 and became park management offices on the first and second floors in 2014. Christiansted, the capital of the Danish West Indies from 1755 to 1871, is one of 2 main towns on St. Croix. Located between a busy seaport and green hillsides, the town is well known for its many historic yellow buildings. The 1 square mile town offers you a unique opportunity to visit a historically important town. And you know, as you walk the streets of Christiansted, right in the downtown area, you see the Danish architecture. It really stands out, and it's absolutely beautiful. Christiansted has maintained its Danish architectural richness and offers many buildings and structures of interest, like cobblestone walkways and old churches. This town is very interesting and well worth exploring. And we made our way to the Boardwalk, and there were so many neat restaurants and things to do as you walk through the Boardwalk, gift shops, you name it. Even some of the adventures that take you out on the boats. And you know what? You can even get some rum and take it home duty-free. The Christian Stead Boardwalk is renowned throughout the Caribbean as a haven for foodies. As you walk along the Christian Stead Boardwalk, you can't help but notice schools of huge silvery tarpon that linger in the water just below. The tarpon have become an attraction unto themselves here in Christian Stead as waterfront restaurants and their patrons feed the insatiable fish things like chicken wings, french fries, fish skin, tortillas, or other food remnants that would otherwise go to waste. Another great fact is that we found the boardwalk to be pet-friendly. Just off the boardwalk, we were directed to some fine dining at a relatively new place called Hamilton's. Keisha Knight told us what makes Hamilton such an amazing dining experience. This is an absolutely beautiful restaurant, and so tell us a little bit about the restaurant and what guests can expect to find here.
So we're at our 1-year anniversary in December. We're newly opened. Alexander Hamilton and also D. Hamilton Jackson, they're all about public service. So what guests can expect here is not just service, we're all about guest experience. We want our guests to come in and have a fantastic meal and fantastic service. We have lots of wines that you cannot get on island, so a lot of our guests basically come in because of our wine list. It's extensive, and it's a beautiful atmosphere.
One of the things I really noticed when I walked in was the open cooking area where you can actually watch the chefs prepare the meal.
That is correct. The original owners, Balter, prior to Hamilton, their concept was they want the guests to come in and see how their meal is being prepared. And we love it. Guests love it as well.
Well, tell us a little bit about the cuisine here.
So it's more of an American continental affair. We do have a lot of Caribbean little twists in some of our meals also, but fantastic, fantastic menu.
So what would you recommend to guests come into the restaurant?
My favorite, I would have to say the grilled ribeye au poivre. That's my absolutely favorite meal.
Well, Keisha, where can people learn more about Hamilton's?
They can go on our Instagram page, which is Hamilton's VI, or call for reservations at 340-773-5393.
Straight ahead, we are visiting the most eastern point of the U.S. Then we are headed to the southwest end of St. Croix to a beach where the final scene in the Shawshank Redemption was shot. Finally, we checked out some very cool spots, including the Pig Bar and some great views of the sun going down near the rainforest. Stay with us. The Polaris Point of St. Croix sits atop a hill with 19.5 acres of the most beautiful views in the Caribbean. Their villa boasts no neighbors and serene privacy, making it perfect for family, vacations, parties, corporate retreats, and destination weddings. Their villa at the Point and cottage have over 12,350 square feet of enjoyable living space, including 7 bedrooms and 8 baths. This space can accommodate 14 adults or a maximum combination of 20 adults and children. If your group is larger than 14 or 20, they can accommodate your additional guests at the Buccaneer Hotel, with whom they have a unique companionship. Their unique companionship with the Buccaneer Hotel also allows all guests of the Point use of the Buccaneer facilities. This includes access to their beaches, golf course, tennis courts, spa, and workout equipment. When you arrive at the Polaris Point, the concierge will greet you with a frozen cruisin' pina colada, as well as an antipasto platter or charcuterie board of some sort as well. Polaris Point is the only villa on the island that will provide you with $300 of complimentary groceries upon your arrival to get your vacation started. You can, for a small fee, book anything you would like through their concierge service. Panache, their goal is to provide everything you may need to have an exceptional and memorable experience for you and your family, and they will stop at nothing to do so at the Polaris Point. Book your reservation today at 614-571-5270 or online at thepolarispoint.com and experience St. Croix at its best. While you're visiting St. Croix, I recommend that you take the very scenic drive all the way to Point Udall at the far east end of the island. And we visited Point Udall. This is the most eastern point of the United States. And these monuments behind me, they mark that most eastern point. The views are absolutely magnificent, and the hiking's even better. After enjoying the views from Point Udall, we took the 30-minute trip to the southwestern end of the island of Sandy Point. This beach moonlights as a habitat and nearly 400-acre natural refuge for leather-backed sea turtles. You may recognize the setting from the movie The Shawshank Redemption. The spot was said to be in Mexico in the flick, but the final scene was actually filmed right on Sandy Point Beach in St. Croix. Tucked into the rainforest on the west side of St. Croix is a little bar, Mount Pelier Hut Domino Club. A thatched roof covers what is in all accounts a jungle bar and has often been called such. Tables with decks of cards and dominoes await those that seek the unique atmosphere of this place. Locals love it there. Norma, the hostess, is easygoing and keeps the beers cold and the mama wanna handy. JJ and Oreo are the resident pigs that greet visitors to the Domino Club. You can buy JJ and Oreo a round of non-alcoholic beers at $2 a pop and $1 a visitor. JJ and Oreo are kept in a pen across from the bar and restaurant. Put the unopened beer can in their mouth and they can take care of the rest. Breaking it open, guzzling the contents, and throwing the beer can on the ground just like a pig would. Another favorite spot for both St. Croix locals and island visitors, Off the Wall Beach Bar in Cane Bay. Offers up delicious meals prepared to order from fresh ingredients. The food and drinks were amazing, but watching the sunset behind the rainforest is perhaps the best view on the entire North Shore. St. Croix is a big island with a small island feel. The nightlife is made up mainly of eating out at one of the many local restaurants and then sitting by the bar drinking and meeting people, listening to live music, or taking a spin on the open-air dance floor in many cases. St. Croix is home to the Virgin Islands' only casino, so you can try your luck at the tables or slots. The casino also puts on many musical shows for your enjoyment. Crab races are a unique and popular activity and worth attending if you get the chance. It is a very interesting pastime. There are 3 golf courses on St. Croix, 2 18-hole courses and a 9-hole course. When we come back, we'll have some final thoughts from our host. Stay with us. The Polaris Point of St. Croix sits atop a hill with 19.5 acres of the most beautiful views in the Caribbean. Their villa boasts no neighbors and serene privacy, making it perfect for family, vacations, parties, corporate retreats, and destination weddings. Their villa at the Point and cottage have over 12,350 square feet of enjoyable living space, including 7 bedrooms and 8 baths. This space can accommodate 14 adults or a maximum combination of 20 adults and children. If your group is larger than 14 or 20, they can accommodate your additional guests at the Buccaneer Hotel, with whom they have a unique companionship. Their unique companionship with the Buccaneer Hotel also allows all guests of the Point use of the Buccaneer facilities. This includes access to their beaches, golf course, tennis courts, spa, and workout equipment. When you arrive at the Polaris Point, the concierge will greet you with a frozen cruisin' pina colada, as well as an antipasto platter or charcuterie board of some sort as well. Polaris Point is the only villa on the island that will provide you with $300 of complimentary groceries upon your arrival to get your vacation started. You can, for a small fee, book anything you would like through their concierge service. Panache, their goal is to provide everything you may need to have an exceptional and memorable experience for you and your family, and they will stop at nothing to do so at the Polaris Point. Book your reservation today at 614-571-5270 or online at thepolarispoint.com and experience St. Croix at its best. Well, Bob, as the sun sets here in St. Croix, it's been a fabulous week. Unfortunately, man, we got to head back up to North Country, up to Ohio, but it has been a fabulous week. The views have been nothing but fantastic and a lot of things to do and see here. I have really enjoyed it. We appreciate your hospitality.
Mike, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here. I hope you enjoyed it. And our belief is that when we bought this property was that dreams are meant to come true. And this was a dream we had. And now our dream is to share that dream with our friends and clients back in Columbus, Ohio. So we hope they'll all consider coming down to visit.
Yeah, like I said, no disappointment here if you come down and enjoy this. Bob, a toast to you. Thank you so much.
Cheers, Mike. Thanks for coming.